Hey, does it feel like you need an MBA to invest in alternative assets? Is it too complicated? Are you feeling like you got to spend hours researching every single deal before finally pulling the trigger? Most business owners I meet, they think that way too. But here's the kicker, that belief might be the exact thing that's keeping you stuck where you're at. You're already juggling your business, you're managing employees and other people, and you're dealing with your clients. On top of that, at home, you've got a family, you've got a full calendar, and you've got zero extra bandwidth. The last thing you want is an investment strategy that feels like a second full time job or another business that you've got to run. Now you're successful, but you don't have the time to become a real estate underwriter or a landlord or even a sponsor to learn all the ins and outs of every asset class. Now you need alternatives in your portfolio. That's a given. Just not all the chaos that can come with alternatives. Hey, my name is Kent. I've been helping business owners and busy entrepreneurs build wealth through alternative investments for well over 20 years. You don't have to become an expert in this stuff in every deal in every asset class. Honestly, I'm not an expert in every asset class either, but we can both leverage my relationships with some of the best operators in the country. My investors get to stay focused on what they do best, which is typically running their own business. While I take care of vetting the sponsors, analyzing the deals, and simplifying the process. Now, here's a mistake that I see entrepreneurs making almost every single day. Number one mistake by far. It's thinking that they have to do everything themselves. And I'll tell you, a lot of investors have done deals where that was the exact case. Now, you would think as the owner of a business, they would know better, right? They built this successful business, and then at some point they had to learn to lead and to delegate tasks. But when it comes to investing, for some reason, there's this disconnect and it's totally different. It's hard for them to let go of some of the same tasks that they were easily able to let go of in a business. The truth is, you don't need to personally underwrite every one of these deals in every market. You don't need to interview every single sponsor. You don't need to babysit every deal after you've made the investment. That mindset keeps people kind of frozen and sadly on the sidelines. Or worse, they end up making a random one off investment with no system or thought behind it. That's why I created the Smart Flex Fund. Let me write that down. Smart Flex Fund. What is that? Well, it's a place where investors can pull their money together and go do deals together. We're removing the complexity without removing your control. We're going to pre-vet all these sponsors using my SMART framework. We're going to dive deep into the market, into the pro formas, into the deal structure. We're going to negotiate better terms for our group than you could have ever gotten by investing alone. Best part, you stay in control. We're going to show you a new deal about every 4 to 6 weeks. You're going to pick and choose the ones that fit your investor profile, which entails your age, your risk tolerance, other things. But you're going to do all this without drowning in performance or spreadsheets. Now, one of my investors said, Kent, I'm going to join your fund. It's because I don't have time to be a full-time analyst. And I said, exactly. That's why I created the Smart Flex Fund. So she joined the Smart Flex Fund and she got access to pre-screened opportunities. And within a few months, she handpicked, I think she got into 3 deals: a self-storage, a private equity, and a private debt deal. Now she gets consistent distributions, no late night research, no second guessing. She's focused on her business while her money works in the background. So here's another thing I want you to key in on here. I want you to know you're in control, but you're in control with simplicity. Okay? So look, most financial advisors, they pretty much want you to give control of your money over to them. And many business owners, for whatever reason, they do that. They just hand it over. Now, I'm not an advisor in any way. I'm an investor myself. And a long time ago, I figured out a key discovery in one of my businesses, in all of my businesses. It's about smart delegation. Just like you don't do your own legal work, you don't do your own taxes, hopefully, bookkeeping, you're letting somebody, you don't do that stuff. You have to delegate. So, just the same way, you don't need to do every piece of your investing, but you need to be involved. And the Smart Flex Fund is a perfect place for the busy entrepreneur to put that into motion. We're going to bring you thoroughly vetted deals. You make the final call. And the next thing I want to tell you about is my free masterclass. And should be a link below this video. If you've got capital, it's just sitting there because alternative investing is way too complicated, I created this free masterclass. It's going to walk you through how this works. Now, it's 6 short videos, about an hour in total. Okay, you can sit down and binge all those. I'm going to show you exactly how I simplify the process of investing in alternatives, so you can stop feeling overwhelmed. You can start building wealth with clarity. You're going to get free guides. You're going to get an invite to book a call with me directly. You just need to click below this video, and let's make your money work smarter without working you harder.